really important with sustainability that you're finding out what the stakeholders expect. It's really important that you stay abreast of changing policy and guidance globally, or depending on the markets that you operate within. Geographically, I mean by that. And industry-wide, there's often specific industry-wide policy changes that are coming. So it's really important that you keep abreast of those things. Within that, we want a non-generic approach. So we want firms to shine because they have been unique in how they've approached this. Unique because it's where their biggest impact is, or where their biggest opportunity lies. So having those conversations is really important. We don't want firms to fail because it's costly and time wasting for them, but it's also really important to say, like, it doesn't really matter in the bigger picture if you fail, because there's really valuable lessons that will come from there. So we want that continual, okay, we did this, what was wrong with that? How can we make that better? They're really important parts of the process, because it's, unless you've got somebody coming in as a consultant to lay out these paths for you, and even then sometimes there'll be unforeseen scenarios, but unless you've got somebody coming out and laying out this pathway for you, you'll learn on the job. And so those feedbacks are really important. So in answer to bringing that subject up, yeah, I think any opportunity that any firm or any organization has to educate anyone on sustainability, that's a value in itself. So to open those conversations up has a couple of outcomes. One, at worst, you're educating on the subject. So, and that's massively valuable, because we can't bring about change if people don't realize that the change needs to happen. Two, you bring about an opportunity for people to sort of say, well, actually, now you're talking about waste, I've really noticed that we don't put anything in the recycling, and nobody really talks about it, but we've got these recycling bins and they're just not used. And you sort of go, oh, well, we didn't know that, you know. And so those things are really valuable, making sure that conversation happens. And thirdly, you bring about a wider, I was going to say systems change, but it's more like behavioural change within the organisation, to understand the nuances of sustainability as it applies to that firm and that space. And so it's never not valuable to talk about it. Everybody is going to have to upskill with sustainability. The next 10 years, you're going to see an awful lot of money. We're trying to lobby with government at the moment to try and get more funds for small to medium-sized businesses to understand how to apply this. It's going to be a while before it happens, but you know, if you think of the built industry, it's going to have to move to much more green technology, and there's not really a lot of knowledge about that at the moment. It's not leaned on enough. If you think about energy is going to have to transition, that all of these industries are going to have to transition, and there's a knowledge gap. So opening conversation, having these open dialogues about it will be hugely valuable for both parties, the stakeholder and the organisation.